What is going on YouTube? Crafty here, and we are back again with another quick little discussion on the Mega Knight and the Cannon card. I actually got a bunch of new information yesterday on the Cannon card and on the Mega Knight. I ended up playing the Cannon card challenge, not doing too well. I started out 2 and 3 on my first run. 2v2 draft challenges are oh my gosh, not fun. They're terrible. I literally just get teammates that don't play a lot. It's very frustrating. And then the second time I went 5 and 3, so I'm probably not going to play it again. I have just 1,000 gems. I'm going to save those for legendary chests. But okay, so let's move on to the information. So we're going to start out with the Mega Knight. I'm going to show a little bit of clips of the Mega Knight from this video I've seen. I'm going to link the video down below as well. Basically, I found this video yesterday that had the Mega Knight versus every legendary in the game, plus other things like that. Then they also had the Mega Knight against pretty much every card in the game, seeing the way it worked. But it was against all level 1 cards in the second one. So he was level 1 facing all level 1 cards. So obviously he's going to look OP in that direction. But when you see him, the other one where it was all legendaries, it was level 5 legendaries. So everybody was level 5, and the Mega Knight was incredible. I said this card's going to be broken. We don't know his elixir cost yet. But he does look like he's going to be mad broken. So a few bits of information first before I go into a little bit more of my rant here. But basically, so what we learned is that he has splash damage on his entry, so kind of like the E-Wiz. It's a pretty good amount of splash damage. It's pretty much going to be taking out any horde on the ground. It does not hit aerial troops, so that's one thing that you can counter him with, is he cannot attack the air. Only makes sense, but you feel like if he's falling from the sky, he would hit the aerial things on the way down. But no. So, only hits ground troops. We learned that he does walk, so he's walking from place to place, but when he finds an enemy, he's going to target on them and jump just like the bandit does. So basically the bandit runs, finds an enemy, targets it, and then attacks. That's kind of the bandit's main thing there. Mega Knight does the same thing, except instead of dashing, the Mega Knight's going to leap onto them, which is effectively the same thing, but when the Mega Knight lands, he's going to be doing splash damage again. Now, I do not know whether or not his splash damage on landing is different than his regular hitting. I believe the splash damage on landing from a leap is higher. I think it's probably going to be double or maybe 1.5, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of damage. He was hitting a level 5 E-Wiz, and it would land and he'd have about a quarter health left. One hit from his regular attack would knock the E-Wiz out. So he looks incredibly strong in terms of the amount of damage output this character has. Looks like he's going to be a very, very good card. At level 5, he was doing, I think, 450 damage to a tower when he would jump onto it. And per hit, I think it was like closer to, I don't know, probably close to half of that. You guys can do the math whenever you look at it too. But, man, I don't see how this card is going to be countered. You can only counter it with aerial troops, so like Inferno Dragon's going to be good. Night Witch seemed to be okay because of the bats, but if you got Zap, you know, how are you going to stop this man? How are you get, you know, if you support him well, I don't see it happening. You guys definitely go check out the video. I'm going to throw up another gameplay here. These are just for my 2v2 challenge here. And yeah, so let's talk about the Cannon card. So yesterday I had a pretty harsh opinion of the Cannon card. I didn't think it was going to be a very good card. And my opinion has changed a little bit ever since I got to play with it. Now, I do think the Cannon card is going to be okay. It definitely shines in a certain category, and that is if it locks onto the tower. Basically, if the Cannon card locks onto a tower, it's going to sit there and just maul the tower out. And you can't rocket it out, you can't lightning it out, you can't fireball it out. It'll sustain a fireball hit in the first place, I believe, at tournament standard at least. And then when it gets knocked, like if you hit it with a rocket, for example, it's just going to go into its cannon form, and if it's already targeted on the tower, it's just going to do more damage. Now, one thing about the Cannon card is that it's got a 1.2 second attack speed, so it shoots very fast. And it also does more damage than, say, the Royal Giant here. You got RG over here. Does more damage per hit as well. RG is 1.7 seconds, and I believe about 150 per hit. The Cannon card's doing about 203, I think is what it was. So it's very, very, very good damage coming out of that character there. And if you can play it right, and if you can get it to the tower, it's going to shred. I don't know. I think that's just going to be its main strength, is if you can get it to target. Now, that being said, if it doesn't make it to the tower, I feel like you could still use this as a defensive card as well. So, or to help assist in a push. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. Like I said, it's like 203 damage per hit, which is fairly high. It can take out a lot of troops pretty quickly. It'll take out, I believe, archers in 2. Every other horde is going to be taken out in one hit per shot, I guess, or 1 shot per enemy. And then you look at characters like Ewiz, it's going to kill him out in 3 to 4 hits depending on levels. So stuff like that, and it's shooting pretty quick. So I don't know, the card seems strong. You can see it here in the video actually. It's doing pretty good work against this giant. It's already taken the giant down to about half health, and it only goes into the cannon mode there. Now, in that particular circumstance, going into cannon actually hurt the cannon card because the giant just shredded it. But you can see where it has its strengths. I don't know. Is it going to be an amazing card? I don't think so. 5 elixir still feels a little bit steep for it. But that being said, I do think it might have a place. I think 4 elixir would be way too cheap for what it offers. It's a very good card in my opinion. It's just a card that needs to find its way into the meta somehow. I could kind of see it being something like, kind of like Sparky, because you know how Sparky is a card that, like, although people respect and understand that it has a huge potential, it just hasn't worked itself in because of counters. I feel like that's how the cannon card's going to be. Sparky's not a bad card. It's just a very easy card to counter, which I guess some people could argue, yeah, that makes it not a great card, but I don't know. I think Sparky is underrated. But in the current meta, she is hard to play with, so yeah. That's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to let this run out, and so you guys can see the rest of the gameplay. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this new information here. I'm going to link that video down in the description I was telling you guys about the Mega Knight. Definitely go watch that. Help this other guy out. Help him build his channel. And until next time, guys, peace out and God bless.